Hey guys, I just wanted to share something with you really quick. A friend of mine sent me a video the other day, and it was from a pastor that mostly teaches on the spiritual realm and the enemy. Is really knowledgeable. It's not someone I always watch, but I enjoyed it. And he was talking about that movie, Nefarious, however you want to say it. But if you haven't seen it, it's on Tubi. You can watch it for free. Um, but for me, I just sent this note to my friend. I'm going to read it. I've seen this man before, but not a lot. I loved what she sent me in the video. It was good. I've watched the movie Nefarious, and it's the very reason that I have a desire to help people that are at rock bottom. The enemy is the reason they are where they are. When I look at a lot of women, I see a little girl begging for help. Sometimes I can feel their pain and the torment their mind is being put through. I can see it. And that movie, if you watch it, is real and true. No, I don't mean like it's a true story. I mean, but the enemy is doing people this way. I mean, it's real. When you read about the man at the Gadarenes and you have loved ones that are cutting themselves, read about the man at the Gadarenes. This is real. It's worse now today than it ever has been. And as Christians, we're the only ones that can help them and lead the way. We are covered by the shed blood of the Lamb. If anyone can help these people, it's us. The same Spirit that rose Jesus from the dead lives inside of us. It tells us more than, or at least 365 times in the Bible, I've heard that a lot, not to fear. These people are being ostracized. They are being sex trafficked. They are being abused, and the enemy is winning this battle on these people's lives. And I just feel like if we would rise together and band up and not be afraid, to tell people the truth and to help them with what they need, which is lead them to the foot of the cross, and my prayer today is that we will rise up and lead others to the foot of the cross and not look down our nose or blame them. That is exactly what Satan wants us to do. He wants us to be scared of him. And then when we do, he wins, Now, don't ever mistake what I'm saying. He drives us all. He does. I mean, he has taken so much for me. I can truthfully say this. I have experienced it. I've cut myself. I've done things that I never would have done. And then when I got to the foot of the cross, everything changed. I felt like that little girl. I believe it says in Mark. I think everything's in Mark, but he said, Talitha Kumi, arise, little girl. And that's what Jesus is telling these people, but they've got to have us to be strong and not be scared and say, hey, look, I don't know. I mean, I've stepped out of my bounds before and, prayed for people. And then I've been like, ooh, and then he showed himself to me and I knew I kind of might be in a little bit over my head, but we cannot let him deter us from helping people, but there's a lot of us, and, I'm just really fired up about this today because I watched that movie again and it reminded me of so many people, that I have met and even before I even started working for the Lord, but I look back and I think of these things and it's, geez, and then all of these people, all the families in church and this, that, and the other, they're just blah, blah, blah. It's the devil. I'm just telling you. And he is mean and bad. And, but when you're covered by the shed blood of Christ and you have the blood on your doorpost, the Lord protects us. And I know everyone doesn't have this burden and this call, but I know there are some that do, and I know there are some that are like, man, there's something about this. I don't. And then I don't think that this is really right, you know. And it's not even that you feel sorry for the person, but something just isn't right, and you know it, you know. Pray about it. Pray the Lord will give you the strength and fearless faith to help these people. I just, you know, I just feel really strongly about it, you know. And then I sit and think, you know, well, why in the world does this spirit that raised Christ from the dead live inside of me if I'm not going to do nothing about it? You know, I don't know. I've kind of been on a rampage lately, but I just, you know, I just think it's time that, at least it's time for me to rise up. We all have different things we need to be doing, and we all need to be supportive of each other in doing those things. But this right here is mine. You know, I've never participated in any kind of deliverance ministry. I really don't even know that much about it, but I do know when I lay hands on someone and they're being tormented, I feel that pain. And I feel the Lord help them a little bit, you know. Man, it's powerful stuff, you know. But mostly I just encourage us all to do what we feel comfortable helping. You know, I mean, everybody's not going to feel so strongly about this as I do, and I understand that. But I want to help people understand. I'm not making this up. I mean, read it in the New Testament. I mean, people were demon possessed, you know, and these people are hurting, you know. I mean, they're hurting, and we as Christians are the only ones that can help. So my prayer is that those of us who do have this burden, and to pray against, come against whatever with the enemy, however you want to word it, help me pray. Help me pray. Pray for me. You know, if you don't think, well, Lord, she's just lost it for sure now, you know, she don't need to be saying stuff like that. Well, so be it. But the Lord tells me in his word not to be afraid. The Lord healed the people with the demons, and he will do it again today. But he has got to have willing vessels, and I just pray that you will help me and that you'll be a willing vessel. Rise up. We've got to rise up, y'all. And I hope everybody has a good night. Thank you for listening to me. Anyway, I love you. Bye.